This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. News is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Welcome to News 25 here on KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. We're so glad that you could join us here. It is Wednesday, May 18th. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Well, a sexual assault investigation that began at Pahrump Valley High School ends with the arrest of a man who now faces 2 felony counts. Police say that they were dispatched to Pahrump Valley High School for an investigation which involved a 45-year-old man by the name of David Knutson. Knutson was allegedly involved with the individual who is said to be underage. The teen told police that Knutson had allegedly molested her on 2 different occasions. Police say that they executed a search warrant for the victim's phone and discovered that there was digital evidence that corroborated her statement. Knutson was arrested and transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. And deputies are investigating another sex offense that leads to the arrest of another local man who is facing 2 felonies as well. The Nye County Sheriff's Office report that they have arrested an individual by the name of Gilbert Rivera for 2 counts of statutory sex seduction by a person over the age of 21. On May 8th, police were dispatced to No 2 Abuse here in Pahrump in reference to a sex offense. Upon arrival, they met with a reporting party who stated that she had met Rivera and he had asked to see her cell phone to play a game. However, rather than playing the game, he signed on to her Instagram account. Police say that they discovered messages between that individual and Rivera. The conversation between the 2 users was sexual in nature and described a sexual encounter between them. They say that Rivera is known by police through previous law enforcement contacts where he attempted to lure a minor for sexual relations, and that he also has a previous case where he was convicted of attempted statutory sex seduction. He also is reportedly showing failure to verify as a sex offender. Police say that the individual stated that she had had sexual intercourse with Rivera on 2 separate occasions. Police contacted Rivera, who corroborated the statements and confessed to engaging in sexual intercourse with the individual 2 times in the last 3 weeks. Rivera was arrested and transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. Well, a police pursuit here in Pahrump lands 3 men behind bars. One of them didn't go quietly. We have an update concerning 3 individuals that were arrested on May 9th following a police pursuit. Taken into custody was Richard Montoya for resisting a public officer and battery on a protected person. Douglas Herich for operating a vehicle with expired plates and disobeying a police officer. Also taken into custody, who arrived later on the scene, was an individual by the name of Michael Noyes. Noyes was arrested for a warrant which was outstanding here in Nye County for practicing law without a license. Noyes was not inside the original pursuit vehicle and showed up on the scene a short time later. The incident began, according to police, in the area of Highway 372 and Blag Road when a deputy saw a white Ford pickup truck traveling westbound that had an expired registration sticker on the license plate. The deputy says that he ran the plate and knew that the individual inside the car had outstanding warrants. When attempting to stop the vehicle, police say the individuals did not yield to their lights and sirens and instead continued traveling on the highway onto Van Lane, where the pursuit ended. Richard Montoya was ordered to the ground and resisted arrest, according to police. The officers on scene say that the individual attempted to flee and then punched the officer in the mouth. The other individual that was arrested was the driver, and that individual has been identified once again as Douglas Herich. Herich was the driver and failed to stop. The other individual that arrived on scene by the name of Michael Noyes refused to give his last name according to police. Officers say that all three individuals had outstanding warrants, and previous contact with Richard Montoya also led to battery on a protected person as well and resisting a public officer. All three were transported to the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. And Mr. Noyes got him in front of the Board of County Commissioners this week and also contacted News 25 to clarify a couple issues that were with the original story here. He says that although he arrived on scene later, his group there are not sovereign citizens, as the Nye County Sheriff's Office told News 25, that in fact they are U.S. nationals. And the U.S. Immigration Service says that U.S. nationals can sometimes not be U.S. citizens, but U.S. citizens are always U.S. nationals. The big difference between them is that they can't vote in federal elections or hold a federal office, and that they are always pledged their allegiance, according to Mr. Noyes, to the United States of America, which is different than sovereign citizens. He also wanted to let people know that even though he can't speak for his friends in the group, that he believes that the officers attacked his friend and not the other way around, and that in court he says that they were asked to perjure themselves, and one of them is still being held against the law at the Nye County Sheriff's Office Detention Center. News 25 will return right after this break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by Sunset Valley Pools. For quality service and supplies, call 775-513-4114.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, in an effort to save lives, the Drug Enforcement Administration is proud to join Song for Charlie and many of our valued public health nonprofit and law enforcement partners in recognizing the first ever National Fentanyl Awareness Day. This day is an effort to educate individuals around the dangerous threat that fentanyl poses to the safety, health, and national security of the American people. To mark National Fentanyl Awareness Day, DEA released a video announcement from the Drug Enforcement Administration Administrator Ann Milgram, stressing the dangers of fentanyl and the need for urgent action.
Fentanyl is killing Americans at record rates. Many of them didn't know they were taking the deadliest drug our country has ever seen. They didn't know how drug traffickers mix fentanyl in cocaine, in heroin, and in methamphetamine. They didn't know that the prescription pill they bought from a dealer on social media was fake and actually contained fentanyl. And they didn't know that just one pill can kill. But we at the DEA know that this is happening. And now you do too. Now you can help us to save lives. Only take prescription pills that are prescribed to you personally and that come from a pharmacy. And on this first ever National Fentanyl Awareness Day, please be sure to talk with your friends and your family about the dangers of this deadly substance. Together, we can save lives. Thank you.
Well, the Rotary Club of the Pahrump Valley wants to get kids excited about history, specifically the U.S. Constitution. The Rotary Club presented nearly 350 Constitution pocket guides to students at Rosemary Clark Middle School earlier this year. Then students were asked to write an essay explaining what the U.S. Constitution means to them.
This was wonderful. I mean, this was my first chair campaign for the U.S. Constitution Pocket Project. We ended up with 59 entries out of the 8th graders, and we were supposed to choose one, but it was too hard. So we ended up with 2. Rotary allowed us to do, instead of $200 gift certificates, we did 4 $100 gift certificates. So, and you can see on the plaque our 2 winners for this year and their teachers, and this will go up in their school and it'll be here forever. The kids will all receive a certificate of participation from us. They're all receiving an Innovator's coin. And hope to do this again next year and have even more participation.
I wrote an essay talking about all the different branches of government, the legislative, the executive, and the judicial, and I also wrote about the amendments and how what they mean to me personally and my opinions on them, because I want to go into law personally. So learning about the law and the Constitution and the amendments is really interesting and eye-opening for me for a future career that I want to do. My dream to become a lawyer.
It's really interesting to learn about, but I don't know if it's like a career for me. I didn't know it was like for like an award or anything, but I was very surprised about it.
These kids were phenomenal. Yeah. I mean, their imagination was just out there. It just kind of blew us away.
Yeah.
My whole living room was filled with tables and projects. We had pictures, we had woodworking, we had essays, we had paintings, we had posters. They were just amazing, and I cannot be prouder of these kids that put the effort in and turned in the project.
Well, the Prump Community Pool will hold a soft opening on Saturday, May 28th and Sunday, May 29th from noon until 6 p.m. Starting Monday, May 30th, the pool will be open daily from 7 a.m. until 6 p.m. with the first 3 hours adult swim only. Swim lesson details will be updated when they become available. And you can see the Prump Town website for more details on that. And Tonopah once again says that they will not be opening their pool this school's season, actually the summer season, because they don't have enough applicants. So if you would like to apply and you're around that town of Tonopah, you can apply for a lifeguard position up there. Just go to Tonopah's town website for more information on that. They have a deadline of the 21st of May to apply for that. All right, News 25 will return on the other side of this break.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, a recent study shows the quality of diets for older adults who are 65 and older declined between 2001 and 2018. So what's causing this concerning trend? Cleveland Clinic's Dr. Ronan Factora says there are a number of issues that could be playing a role.
As you get older, your sense of smell goes down, sense of taste is affected, and you don't tend to like food as much as before. Your memory of the way that food tastes is not the same as when you eat. There are medical problems that can affect your sense of taste and smell and affect your appetite.
He says other reasons may include the type of medication they're taking. They may have lost their spouse who normally cooked for them, or there could be financial issues which are preventing them from buying healthier foods. Dr. Factora says a quality diet is important for older adults because it can impact both their physical and mental health. He knows it may be difficult to improve a person's diet if they have different barriers standing in their way, but there are some easy things they can do. For example, eating more fruits and vegetables along with lean meats. He says the more color in your diet, the better. And the best part is, it's never too late to make some changes.
You can always get the benefit of good nutrition at any time of your life. There's always the daily impact of good nutrition on your health, on your gut health, on your mobility. And then down the line, the more you adhere to these good dietary habits, the better off you're going to be.
Dr. Factora says if you are concerned about a loved one's diet, try to gently remind them about the importance of a healthy diet. You could also encourage them to speak with their physician for advice.
Well, if you like the Kardashians, you're going to love this dog that is featured today in our Save a Pet segment. Darby's going to introduce us to him right now. And BC, who's the dog, has a little bit of junk in his trunk.
This segment is brought to you by Higher Society Smoke Shop in Las Vegas. Call 702-982-2300. Call 702-982-2300.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with BC. BC is this older male Chihuahua, and his name is BC because it stands for Booty Cheeks. This dog has, for some reason, all of his fat went down towards the bottom half of his body, and he has this very squishy little top to his behind. So there was no way that you can avoid it. His name is BC because of Booty Cheeks. He is so funny. He does have little cute fangs that are popping out. He is a beautiful dog. Extremely friendly. The minute you walk into the yard, he wants to come up and say hi. He'll follow you everywhere. Has a cute little infectious smile. He is a Chihuahua mix. He is on the smaller side. I mean, apart from his BC, and he is a beautiful tan and white. So he has more of like white on the top of his head, and it fades down into this really pretty golden tan color. And he's just adorable. So if you want to come and see BC or any of his friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society, you can give them a call at 775-751-7020. You can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society. And BC just wants to remind everyone, they're now open 7 days a week for adoptions. BC is a senior adult male, which means he does qualify for the senior to senior program. So seniors over the age of 65 get free adoption fees. Everything is completely covered. You just get to leave with your best friend.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, you might have seen this out there a little bit earlier today. This is actually a dust devil on the south side of Pahrump. We filmed it from up here at the station today. Romano was thinking there might be a structure fire because it stayed in the same place, but we got it confirmed, a dust devil.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios. Lovely to see you on a Wednesday. As we look at the weather map, we got news and comment. How about that? Fernley, Fallon, Carson City, you're all about in the upper 80s. Feeling pretty good. 85 degrees out there in Carson City. Almost hit the cool spot. No, not today. Tonopah, you are so cool at 84 degrees for high. Goldfield saw 86. Beatty, 95. 99 in Amargosa. 100-degree weather in Las Vegas, and that makes it tinder dry. And in fact, everybody from Tonopah on down, we're under a fire watch. Please don't do any outside burning. It just can make a huge pile of, flames. Not good. 108 degrees out in Death Valley. And here in the Paradise of Pahrump, 95 degrees. That's our current temperature. It was 97 just a little bit earlier. South-southwesterly winds felt pretty good at 7 miles per hour as the sun rose this morning in all its glory. Hope and promise at 5:35. Setting this evening, 7:45. Look for it. It's going to be a beautiful sunset tonight. And the temperature's dipping down to just 68 degrees. That's super pleasant. Man, might not even need to turn on some AC tonight. This will be great. Tomorrow, next couple days, what do we got? A bunch of sunshine, couple days of wind. Look at this 19, 16 mile per hour winds Thursday, Friday, calming down a little bit on Saturday. But look, we lose about 10, 15 degrees in the meantime, and we rebuild as the week goes on. Those clear skies are going to be great. Winds, 10, 11 miles per hour, not too bad. Getting us all the way up to 99 degrees by next Wednesday. So we'll be brushing up on those triple digits again, and that'll feel pretty good. All right, back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
All right. It is that time of the year when we might see a few more of those dust devils that we saw a little bit earlier right before the break. So, once again, we're going to watch out for our lawn furniture and make sure that everything's safe out there, make sure it's tied down. All right, well, we have a couple of things happening, and number one is tomorrow there is a veterans event, and that is going to be happening. It's a wellness symposium, actually, at Valley Electric Association at 800 East Nevada Highway 372. That's going to be going from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. That's on May 19th. You want to come on by. There's some special speakers and all sorts of events happening during that, and of course we will have a little segment to bring you to give you some updates on what's going on there. And of course, Jim Butler Days is coming up real soon too, and that will be starting. I know that they're having the King and Queen crowned this weekend, and then that will be coming on the weekend of the 27th. Of course, that's Memorial Day weekend. And Jim Butler Days on Saturday, they have their parade up there at 10 a.m. It's all happening in Tonopah. You can find out more by going online to Jim Butler Days. They even have a Facebook page as well. And I think do we have one more announcement? I know that we talked a little bit about the swimming pool. This one is Fun in the Sun, and this is up in Beatty at Cottonwood Park from 3 to 6 p.m., and that's going to be this weekend as well, May 22nd. Anybody who lives up in Beatty, anybody who wants to see Beatty, which is fantastic, come on down right there in Cottonwood Park. You can't miss it. Right there in Beatty, Nevada. For more information on these and to get any updates, if you missed anything, go to KPVM's Facebook page. That's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. We'll see you back here tomorrow night.